Brother Timothy Yusuf Chambers, tuan-tuan dan puan yang dirahmati Allah. Alhamdulillah, Allah Subhanahu wa taala telah berfirman dalam surah An-Nahl ayat 125 yang berbunyi ud'u a'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah wal mau'izatil hasanah wajadilhum billati hi ahsan. Serulah manusia ke jalan Tuhanmu dengan hikmah dan bijaksana, dan berbijaklah dengan cara yang lebih baik. Dan dalam satu hadis Rasulullah bersabda, balighu anni wala ayat, sampaikan daripadaku walaupun satu ayat. Ini dah merupakan dalil ataupun kewajiban berdakwah. Kewajiban bermakna satu yang mesti dibuat. Jadi di Malaysia kita telah pun banyak buat dakwah kepada Muslim, tapi dakwah kepada bukan Islam sangat sedikit. Padahal kita ada 40% non-Muslim di Malaysia. Jadi siapa yang akan sampaikan dakwah ini kepada yang bukan Islam? Jadi di atas kesedaran pula, kami di Hidayah Center telah mengukuhkan satu organisasi yang disebut sebagai Hidayah Center yang pada tahun 2012 telah berjaya mendaftarkan sebagai sebuah yayasan, Yayasan Hidayah Center Foundation, yang mana dia punya misi, antara misinya ialah untuk menyampaikan Islam kepada yang belum Islam ataupun yang bukan Islam, dan seluruhnya untuk menyantuni saudara baru apabila ada mereka yang memeluk Islam. Jadi alhamdulillah kami setakat ni kami boleh kata hampir semua negeri kami ada cawangan, setiap negeri di seluruh Malaysia, dan banyak juga cawangan di Sabah dan Sarawak untuk memberi khidmat kepada saudara baru. Jadi kami di sini ingin mengajak tuan-tuan dan puan untuk bersama-sama dengan Hidayah Center, mungkin boleh membantu dari segi untuk mengajar saudara baru Iqra ataupun kelas bimbingan fardu ain, ataupun menjadi keluarga angkat. Untuk tujuan tu tuan-tuan boleh pergi kepada laman web kami untuk Hidayah Center Foundation, dan di sana boleh mendaftar sebagai rakan hidayah. Tapi bagi mereka yang mungkin tidak ada masa dan sebagainya, boleh juga menyumbang kepada Hidayah Center Foundation. Kalau dia senang saja, kalau tuan-tuan ada laptop handphone ni, dia boleh buka pada Google, type Ansar Initiative, ANSAR, Ansar Initiative. Dekat situ kita boleh terus dapat dia punya maklumat untuk sekiranya ada mereka yang nak bersama-sama dengan Hidayah Center untuk menyumbang untuk membantu Hidayah Center untuk melaksanakan kewajipan ke atas kita. Saya rasa sekadar itu saja. Di belakang sana pun nanti ada meja ataupun meja Hidayah Center. Tuan-tuan boleh dapat maklumat lanjut di belakang sana, insyaAllah. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Tuan Haji Ahmad Rahman, for your explanation about the Hidayah Center. And now, allow me to little bit read about our speakers today. Yusuf Chamber was born in Woking, Surrey, United Kingdom, and embraced Islam in 1991, and studied in politics and third world development at Success University. He married with 4 children, and inshallah come more. And subhanAllah, he contributed in establishing few Islamic organizations in UK, and also being the speakers in TV, like Peace TV, and also the members of Muslim Aid and Al-Jumu'ah magazine, United TV, and so on. And today the speaker is with us today, and we as Petronas staff welcome Sheikh Yusuf Chamber to the stage to deliver his speech and to share about his experience and his knowledge with us today. Inshallah, we will benefit from our speaker today. فليتفضل مشكور.
We'll leave the projection. We don't have much time, so okay. The film. If I plug it in, the projector.
You want to use projector?
If possible, right at the end. So you know. Yeah.
Yeah. This one for recording.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. We start by praising Allah, extending His peace and blessings upon the beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Brothers and sisters, Jazakallah khair for coming today. Come all the way from the UK. So I'm just getting over my jet-lagged feeling. But alhamdulillah, and now when I go back, I'll get the same, yeah? It's a double whammy. So it's going to be quite interesting. Yeah, alhamdulillah. So really, I mean, it's a short lecture today, really. The first thing is, because the lecture title is like about ilm, knowledge, and really it's about the golden age of Islam. Before today, because today one could argue that we are suffering quite badly, quite severely, from really not having the right approach to knowledge. Okay? So, our knowledge tends to be based on, or our desire for knowledge tends to be based on a piece of paper that we will obtain in order to get a job. You see? In order to get a job so that we can get a house, so we can get a nice car, so we can get holidays every year, maybe go to Hajj once a year, Umrah, and the predetermined everything is set out in front of us once we've got the degree. Well, actually, it's not the truth, because once you get a degree now in the UK, doesn't mean to say you get a job at all. In fact, you end up with a big debt, about £40,000, if you really want to know the truth. And that is with riba. So if you get a job, inshallah, if you don't get a job, you can defer the payments, you say. I think it's about 7 years or something like that. Otherwise, you're accumulating riba. So you become an indentured labor scholar. A scholar from a university that has this debt, and then it becomes like an indentured labor contract, you have to pay it back, it's not yours. Of course, a few years when I was studying in university, it was free. It was free, and you would get a grant. So over time, we followed the American system in Britain, for example. So anyway, generally speaking, the whole education, ethos of education is what? Is it to gain knowledge which is beneficial for mankind? Or is it knowledge which is gotten in order to provide a job so that you can not be on social security payments from the government? You see? So now, as Muslims, is this right? Is this the right approach for us? So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, first of all, he receives wahi. Well, first, before that, he's dealing with the people in such a beautiful way. And then he gets wahi, he gets revelation sent down, okay, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the society that they were living in was one which was completely corrupt, very against human beings generally, unless you were rich or one of the tribal rulers. Okay, so you've got a situation of women who treated absolutely like animals, to be honest. They weren't even considered humans. You had black slaves that were treated like they were owned by people. You had the situation of, like the female children, because of the way women were treated and considered, would be buried alive. So the daughters of these people, they would bury them alive. So you can't even quantify or qualify what was going on in terms of what we have today, seemingly. However, there are many parallels of what was going on then and what's going on today as well. Okay? So slavery is on the rise again. Yes? Okay? Because we've left the Sunnah of Rasulullah, yeah? And we've left knowledge, ilm al-nafi'ah, knowledge for beneficial means, and it's just become a selfish requirement to go and get that piece of paper, and the higher the piece of paper you get, A, B, or C, if you get, of course, MA or MSc, a little bit better, get a better role, more influence, and then you get the PhD, doctor, and then you have another better role, Whereas knowledge is not like that. So, knowledge is in order to emancipate and free and make life better, make human condition better. Is it making it better? All of the universities, thousands of universities, in every land, registered in Oxford the other day, and last year it was 28,000 students coming out of the top universities in the world. What is the world like we're living in today? Right, so more than 50% of the world's population is living in absolute poverty. Okay? What are these students doing? What are these professors doing? What are these doctors doing to the world? They're not making anything better because their knowledge is not ilm al-nafi'ah. It is not beneficial to mankind. It's beneficial to themselves. Now I've got this piece of paper. I can go to Qatar on tax-free money. I can go to Dubai. Tax-free money, I can go and I put my money offshore because I've got lots of it now and I've got access to people. Ilman nafiya. Nafsi nafsi. That's what it's become like. So, 1991, I was at university. In fact, 89, I did an access course. I left school with nothing. I ran away from home, and I had nothing. Yeah? Seemingly. Nothing. And then, I decided that I have to find the purpose of life. 10 years, spent a whole of my life just checking out people, checking out religions, traveling in the world, went to Pompeii, saw Mount Vesuvius, what it did, saw what society it had destroyed, decided Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided me to see that place so that I can start my quest for knowledge. So I've got to go to university, top 5% of the world. Yes! Takbir! Went to Sussex. Managed to get in, struggled because I had not done any formal education before. Went to night school, got my maths and English, struggled. Jihad. Nafsi. You see, after some time, got to the university. Where are these knowledgeable people? Top 5% of the people in the world. Oh, they were worse than me. They were just escaping from home for the first time. Their first alcoholic beverages were being consumed. Their first relationship building exercise with the opposite gender was being explored. And they were not interested in ilm. So I'm dumbfounded. I was thinking these guys are going to help me. And then at the end I had to just walk away from them, just leave them. Because, I've gone through all of that. Just leave it. Once you've experienced that, you think, hey, it's not good for me. It's not good for them either. Leave it. So after some time, I started to meet the PhD students. So I sitting with the MA and PhD students in the field of development studies. Development studies in Sussex University in Brighton, East Sussex, you know that place. Some of you may have even gone there. There were Malays there as well. And I start to read and start to meet Hindus, I start to meet Buddhists, I start to meet all different religions. For a while I became a Buddhist. And then I met Christians a few times and things happened and I asked them deep questions and I didn't get answers. I didn't get appropriate answers, intelligent answers, based on, intelligence, aql, and based on logic, reasoning. Reason with me, please. I've been born into slavery. That's what I've been born into. I didn't choose my name. I didn't choose my mother, my father. I didn't choose my religion. I didn't choose anything. I've just been thrown into this world, and no one has given me the instruction manual. No one has told me, why are you here? Oh, it's easy. Here it is. It's written down there. So I asked the Buddhist. And the Buddhist, he said to me, after I was doing meditation for 3 months, he said to me, to the purpose of life, to contemplate the supreme nothingness. You see? So I'm thinking, logic, reasoning, intelligence, university, I'm there. I'm with the greatest minds now to contemplate the supreme nothingness. Oh. When he said supreme, I was thinking, yes, nothingness. Ow! Oof. Can you run that by me again, my brother? I'm not sure what you're talking about. He didn't answer. Because he couldn't answer. So he gave me the Golden Sutras. I start to read the Golden Sutras. The Buddha talking to the disciple of Buddha. One of them. We have hadith, right? We have Rasulullah talking to the companions, and they're very, very clear, usually, the dialogues. Simple to understand. Some of them, they are not mutawatir, or they're not very, very clear. So we asked the scholar, what exactly does that word mean? And the clarification is there. I got to page 1, I turned back to 0. Got to page 2, turned back to 1. Got to page 0, got to page 2, put the book down, never picked it up again. I couldn't understand it. And the reason I made this logical conclusion, brothers and sisters, and Islam is logical. It is conclusive. We have a book of instruction. We'll talk about that later on. The conclusion is, if it is too difficult to understand, it is not from God. It's simple. You don't even need to read the Quran to know that that is not the truth. You understand? You don't even need to meet a knowledgeable person. You make the conclusion yourself. It's part of your fiqh to know. It is your operating system that checks the message. Hello, what is the purpose of life? He says something, goes inside here, out the other. Goes inside, check against the fitra. Or, ding, 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 ding. Hey man, this is good, you know? Anyway, I went through the Christians, I went through the Buddhist phase, I went through the Christian phase, I looked at the Jewish phase. I realized you can't be born into Judaism, you have to be born into it, you have to have a mother religion. And you know, latterly I found out that I've actually got Jewish heritage on both sides. So I could actually be a Jew. But anyway, it didn't, the books didn't, and when I met the people, they didn't give me the answers. So anyway, after some time, this I thought was the best way to explain about knowledge. After some time, I decided to take 1 year out. I went 1 year out. I went to the field. We started to do development in the field, not just talking about it theoretical. And then, you know, I developed a project called Refuse, or Rubbish for Development. It was recycling back in '91. They didn't know what it was talking about then, because I ordered the concept from the UK. And then, you know, I got the township people, you know, the black, you know, what they called kafirs. You know, they used to call them kafirs. The Cape Malays somehow have given that to them, to the non-Muslims, and then kafirs, disbelievers. They used to call them that, subhanAllah. Anyway, so I got together with all these brothers in the township, and I made a project. And then we started working on this project. I went back to the UK. I got a call from my uncle 6 months later. He said, you know your organization? I just saw it being floated on the Joburg Stock Exchange for a lot of money. No way. No way. What they've done, all of these organizations I've gone to, they've taken the concept, they've taken the ideas, and they've taken the money away from the poor, and they put it back in the rich's pocket. You see? This made me really depressed. Because I'm thinking, I'm in this development studies course. I'm with the top 5% of the world. Ilm al-nafi'a? La. No knowledge. This is beneficial for mankind. So I became very frustrated with the university. Now, I went to university to find the purpose of life. Let me tell you, I made a conscious decision, my niyyah, towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, find the purpose of life. So, I'm getting all these invites, and I'm seeing all of these people, one by one, I'm rejecting them. I go to them once, I go to the Hindus, the Hare Krishna, I meet them. I'm doing Tai Chi, 3 years Tai Chi. Movement in meditation. Beautiful. Very effective, but then when I go to the people who are practicing Tai Chi, I ask them, what does it mean? Just the movement and meditation is fantastic. I've done the Buddhist meditation, I've done Tai Chi, I've read about the monks from China, I've read about all of these different ways. Isms and schisms out of the door, and I can't get the answer. One day, I'm sitting in the gathering of some of my Malaysian friends who've come there to get a piece of paper, to get a job home here. And one of the young people, she says to me, as from tomorrow, we're busy. You busy? What do you mean you're busy? No, mean don't come here tomorrow. I said, so people that love each other regularly, do they throw each other out and don't explain why? I said, what is this got to do with anything? She said to me, my religion. My religion is why tomorrow you mustn't come. So, I had an argument with her. I said, either your religion is wrong, or you are wrong. I'm going to be black and white here. Of course, that's not the way Islam is. So she said to me, so be it. Do as you please. In the morning, I went to the ISOC on campus, knocked on the door, opened the door, the man there with khutara from Iraq, long lahya, Muhammad. Excuse me, Muhammad, I have a problem with a certain young female friend of mine. She said, today she threw me out. He said, look, the girl is no good for you, and you are no good for the girl. I said, now you're at it too. She's saying leave, you're saying leave. What is this side religion which tells people that love each other to leave and to hurt each other? Anyway, so we went home. He went to the back. He picked up a pile of books. You see? And I wasn't really reading much in the university because I was so frustrated with the course I was doing. He gave me a whole pile of books. Now there was about purification, tahara, wudu, ghusl, Islamic history, the Quran, the miraculous message of the Quran, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the greatest man of history, every different book, Shia, Sunni, everything. It's all mentioned there. He read every single book. Ilm al-Nafiya. Ilm al-Nafiya. I read every single book from cover to cover and back again, left and right, right and left. I consumed every single word. And he went to the brothers and I said, what do you know about your faith? And they said, come and pray with us, and come and eat with us, and come, and this and that, and they were smiling, they were happy that I left the girl. But I wasn't. Because in my heart, my desire for the girl was stronger than you can ever imagine. Ibadah. Ibadah. It was more than some of you believe in Allah. My love for the girl was strengthening day by day as I was reading the Quran, reading the books of knowledge, but I still had the desire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was pushing me, pulling me, attracting me like a magnet and iron filings. You know what happens? After some time of reading and reflecting and starting to pray with the brothers, you know what it's like. It's like this. Hold on. You're literally copying them. And you're going through the motions and you're learning and so on and so forth. As the time went by, I had a desire to be with those brothers. I don't know what it was. But my main internal motivation was the girl. Right? MashaAllah. She was a very beautiful girl. I mean, I found her very beautiful. Yeah? Because everyone, look, men and women, they're attracted to each other, right? Am I right? Fitra. I had never wallahi, never, ever, ever been in love before. And I've been searching for the deen for 10 years. And then this happens. And she's running away from me. And I'm saying, I'm going mad. I thought I had found something which at least would replace that faith. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was guiding me to the faith and I did not know it. Shwaya ba shwaya, shwaya shwaya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was leading me on. And guess what happens next? I see these guys, and it's a certain month. You know the month? Shahr Ramadan! She had left me because of Ramadan. And she had left me broken. But then I'd gone to and he'd given me ilm al-nafil. Why did I go to the university? To find the purpose of life, brothers and sisters. And what happened? I was given the purpose of life. Because Allah says in the Quran, if you seek a path to me, you will, verily, inna, definitely find me. One day I woke up, started to fast. Allah removed the blindfold. He took the covering